Hi, I'm Nikki from Teaching Autism and welcome to the Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Are you an autism or special education professional? Are you a teacher or therapist looking for support and new ideas? You may even be a parent, family member or carer. This podcast is perfect to help you find out more information, support and get some of your questions answered. Hi and welcome back to the Teaching Autism and Special Education Community Podcast. Today on the podcast, I am sharing 5 things that you should prep in advance for the new school year. There's always so many things that we think need preparing, so today I'm just going to be sharing the top 5 things that I prioritise getting ready for each new school year. The top of my list always are visuals. My classroom honestly relies on visuals a lot. They're a huge benefit, not just for my students, but for my staff as well. So visuals are always top of the priority list. The good thing is, once you've made a digital copy of these the first time, then generally you can just print them out each year or add a few more on, but luckily the majority of the work has already been done. So make sure you always back up your computer files because it saves so much time in the long run. When you're looking at visuals, think of things like PECs, visual schedules, labels for the classroom, draw labels, visuals for supporting behaviours, and even things like good sitting and visual prompts that are handy to have on hand. And again, once you've made all these once on the computer, just make sure to save them and keep them backed up. And then every year you just need to print them out again and maybe do a few tweaks, but honestly, it saves so much time. And it also means it's a task that I can ask my assistants to do for me. So just hop onto the computer, print out 6 lots of visuals and we can start preparing them. And if you want to save even more time, I will link all of those visuals that I use in the show notes for you to go over and download them as well. Number 2 on my list are classroom displays. These are my least favourite thing to do, so having them prepped in advance makes it so much easier. I'll do all the work on the computer first, print it out, get it all prepped, and then put them into plastic pockets, ready to go straight up onto display when the school year finishes. One reason that I like to keep my displays simple is so that it takes less time to put them up. I also like to reuse displays and just change small features of them so that they're new, but they don't take me loads of time to put together every year. I see so many amazing displays on Pinterest and Instagram, but honestly, I am all about saving time wherever I can, and that includes classroom displays. Also, be extra careful when you're taking down displays and be sure to store all the pieces away again nicely. You'll probably repeat themes in the future, and it's so handy to have the displays that are ready so you can just pull them out, put them straight back up with only a few tweaks needed, like maybe adding student photos or names. Number 3 on my list is work. Yes, work. I like to prepare each term in advance. So when we go back to school, I generally have the first 7 weeks worth of work already made up. And again, if you use themes and you repeat these over time, especially holidays as well, make sure to store those resources away so that it saves you time when you complete that theme again in the future. Getting that work prepared in advance means that when you start back school, you already have everything planned out. Everything is organised, ready to pull out to use with your students, and it means you can enjoy your summer without dreaming or having nightmares about lesson plans and how you're going to get all the work prepared, and that's when you end up stealing your summer away from yourself. Number 4 on my list are communication aids. I say aids because your students may not all use the same form of communication, and this is why it's really important to find out as much as you can about your students in advance and get to know them and the way that they prefer to communicate, because once you have this information, you can get things set up in advance ready for the school year. You don't want to be stressing on the first day of the year trying to find out how to communicate with each student and then rushing around trying to put together those communication aids. Have it all planned and prepared in advance so that on that first day, your students come straight into class and immediately they have access to the aids that they need in order to best communicate their needs and wants. Things like preparing communication books, PEC symbols, maybe it's setting up a communication app on the iPad in the classroom, maybe you will assign an iPad to each student and then have specific communication apps for that child on their iPad so they can best communicate with you. All these things, they do take time to set up and get used to. And if it's a communication app that maybe you haven't used before, preparing it in advance is a great way for you to get used to the app as well to better help your students. And finally, number 5 is to get all your schedules prepared in advance. Map out when you are going to do things. Put a routine in place, have your staff roles and responsibilities mapped out ready, have their breaks set out, playground duty, so that all of that is prepared in advance. Having a routine is one of the most important things to do in the classroom, and I highly recommend getting this all set up and planned out before the current school year ends, so you're not constantly trying to spend time over your summer working out schedules and then trying to find out when rooms around the school are free or when specials are taking place. It's so much easier to get all of that sorted out and organised when you're still in school and you're able to talk face to face to the people that you need to. Then I put all this together into a weekly schedule template and I just change up little bits every week. So the routine is already set and I just need to add in the activities. And if you've already done your lesson planning and got your work resources ready, this is super quick and easy to put together too. So those are the 5 things that I prioritise getting ready for the new school year every year. What are your top 5? Are they the same as mine or do you have different things that you prioritise? Head on over to the show notes and let me know because I would love to hear what you have to say. I hope you found this podcast episode today helpful. Thank you for listening and I'll speak to you again soon.